Hiya, Laurie here. Welcome back and welcome to today's Penpal video. I hope you're all well and looking forward to today's video. I did ask in my previous video if you preferred the voiceover or the silent video. I actually only got one reply and they said they liked the voiceover, so this is for you. I hope you enjoy today's video, everyone, and if you do, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already for more videos like this one. But as you can see, we're jumping straight on into it, and I'm replying to my good friend Julie, and I'm using a teddy bear theme which I've made a ton of stationery for that I absolutely adore. So I'm just showing you the teddy bear letter set that I have created for this pen pal, and it's just so gorgeous and cute. I love it. I also made a bingo card for Julie, myself and Laurie to take part in, and it's a sort of spring to summer bingo card. So if you would like to kind of pause it when I showed you a couple of minutes ago and take part, that would be awesome. Let me know down below if you're taking part, and obviously just have fun with it. It's just purely for fun. There's no prizes. It is just for enjoyment. So as you can see, we are making the flip book, and I'm making a similar flip book to one I made for my mystery boxes and lucky dip folders. So I'm using an old Polly Pocket from something that I bought, that some sort of stationery item that I bought, and it's a good size. It's almost A4. So I've decided to just use that as the cover for my flip book, and I'm just cutting it down to size for this card. Again, I'll cut it again. I will measure it to cut it to fit inside my envelope, and yet I still will not have it fit inside my envelope, which is always great. But yeah, so at the moment I'm just kind of cutting it down to size, and I've folded this white card so that there's a pocket at the front, and then there's also a inner area for more pockets and things. So I've just used glue tape to stick that down. Obviously you can see the glue tape, but it really is the best thing to use when sticking this plasticky stuff down. Later I use glue, and it takes forever to dry. It just does not want to dry on this surface. It's too shiny and glossy. So yeah, if you are recreating this, definitely go for the tape roller or double-sided tape before any other kind of adhesive, I guess. But as you can see, I've trimmed it down to size. This was in order for it to fit into my envelope, which I also created for the teddy bear letter set, but for some weird reason I must have mismeasured it or something. It still did not fit. So I'll have to deal with that problem later. But for now, I'm looking for some window die cuts. I can't remember where I put my own die cuts. So I'm looking for these ones that I'd bought off AliExpress, and I'm looking for two simple, like the same one basically twice, simple windows. I want to make it look like you're looking out the window into a beautiful garden. Julie has an allotment that she keeps flowers and things in, so I wanted to make it quite spring flower for her, themed for her. So this is me adding the glue to the windows, and this is actually the first time I've used my glue on something so thin after refilling it, and it went everywhere. The glue was like kids at the end of the day running out of the class, and I'm the teacher standing there going one at a time, and it is just not happening. It went everywhere. So yeah, just be careful with if you refill your glue. Don't use it on tiny little things, because it's just not going to work. But anyway, ramble over. I'm using this beautiful washi tape here. It looks like a picket fence that flowers are literally seeping through. So I'm just trimming it down to size, and this is actually going to determine the shape of my pocket. So I made it quite a big pocket so that I could do this. I wanted to basically put the tape down and then trim around it, so it looked literally like it was a fence. And then I'm going to stick lots of flower stickers and little kid and girl stickers and things like that in here, just so it looks like a beautiful garden with tons of flowers and little kids kind of playing around in the garden. So I'm now taking my scissors and cutting off the excess on the sides, and then I'm going to sort of cut around the washi tape in the shape of the flowers that are kind of sticking out, so that it looks like it is simply a little picket fence rather than a pocket. So now that that's stuck down, I'm going to grab a piece of paper here and I'm just going to make little hinges for the pocket, just so that I'm not limiting the insides. So I've literally just grabbed a little piece of paper, I'm measuring it down to size, and then I'm just folding it over and cutting it out, and I'm doing that twice, one for each side. And then I'm also going to cut diagonally, just so that it's more like an actual pocket and you're not going to see the edges kind of peeking out the top. And then I'm going to kind of line it up again and just make sure it fits, and if it's too tall or whatnot, I'm just going to cut off a little bit excess. And then I'm going to use my tape roller again to stick these down, and that's going to give me the full span of the pocket, rather than if I was to glue the edges straight down. It would make, one, the pocket tighter, and two, it would take away a good chunk of the edges of the pocket. So I much prefer this system style kind of way of making the pocket, so that you get the full width of the pocket. So again, just using my tape roller. This is a really cool tape roller that I just recently got, and I'm really liking it. I actually got a few refills for it, and it's like a pen. You just kind of pop it out and then pop it away, and it does like a 360 rotation. But yeah, I really like it. I will try to leave the link down below. If I forget to leave a link, please remind me, because I seem to forget pretty much every time. But anyway, moving on, I'm just trimming down any of that excess plastic that's kind of sticking over the edge, and I really love how it's looking so far. But anyway, into the inside, I've got this piece of acetate that I actually got off of a eyeshadow palette, and it's got such beautiful writing on it that I decided to keep it. But I wanted to make a see-through sort of pocket, not pocket, belly band here, so I decided to cut off an edge of that and use that as my belly band. And I'm just kind of scoring the edges of the page on the acetate with my bone folder, and then folding them up, and then I'm just going to kind of reinforce those folds again with my bone folder to obviously get it to this correct size. But somehow I still managed to make it a little bit too big, so I kind of just pulled it in a little bit more, and then again gave it a really good score. Acetate does not want to bend on you, so you do have to be quite firm with it. But instead of just leaving it completely see-through, I decided to add one of these pet tape lace trim washi tape things. They're really pretty, and I've got I think it's 6 and that comes in a pack, and you get 3 white and 3 sort of beige colours. So I decided to grab one of the thinner beige colours and pop that along the middle of the belly band. I ended up going too far to the right. I'd cut it to the correct size, but I ended up putting it down too far to the right, so I do actually end up having to go back in and add a tiny little bit on the left, just so that there's no spaces left, just to kind of fill up that edge. And then I'm just going to take my tape roller again and stick it down once I've put my tape away. But this is such a cute set. I got it from AliExpress. So if you can catch it and take a screenshot and do a reverse photo search, you'll be able to find it no problem. Same with the tape roller actually. It's much easier to find things that way, I find, than searching them or even clicking on links, because a lot of the times shops will sell out of them or stop selling them, but you'll find another shop that sells them. Whereas if you just do this screenshot, it takes you to every single shop that sells it. But as you can see, I'm looking for a label for the centre of my belly band, and this is actually a label that Laurie gifted to me in one of my Happy Meals. It's a die cut that she did, so I'm just writing on it later in fake calligraphy, and then I'm just going to stick it down. And again, I'm using my tape roller to do that. And this is where, quite obviously, the letter will sit. I had to refold them, like the bigger papers, so that they would fit inside this booklet folder folio type thing. And then I just grabbed this scrap piece of paper out of my scrap bin, which is just at the back of my desk there. I do apologise if you can hear my kids in the background. It is currently the Easter holidays and I'm trying my best to kind of work around their noise, but yeah, I'm sorry if you can hear them in the background. But as you can see, I'm using that paper to make a large pocket, and I'm just kind of folding it to make sure it fits inside the booklet, and then I'm going to use that smaller piece to make a smaller pocket. But obviously I'm just going to cut off my corners and make the pocket more presentable and ready to go, and then I'm going to line that up and check the smaller pocket against it so that I have two pockets rather than just the one. So now that they're all sorted and cut down and ready to be glued, I'm going to use my tape roller to glue them in place, and I'm making sure I get right to the edges just so that nothing kind of catches on those little hinges. And then I'm going to stick obviously the big pocket down first and give it a good old score to make sure it's stuck down nicely, and then I'm going to go in with the little pocket on top. And again, do the exact same thing, just stick it down on top and then give it a good score. And now my folio is basically finished, it's just down to decoration now. So now I'm just kind of looking through my bits and bobs, trying to find something to decorate. These little booklets have different shapes of lace in them. Some are frames, some are like lace trims like these ones. Some are like lace backgrounds and things like that. They're really pretty. I ended up not using them, but I did actually grab 2 pages out of it for extras and goodies. But I remembered I had this really pretty washi tape that looks like a sort of lacy ribbon, or ribbony lace. So I used that instead. So I'm just kind of cutting it down to size, and then I'm going to stick that on, and that's going to be kind of like my border at the top of the pockets to kind of show where the pocket is, where it ends. And I really love this washi tape, it's so pretty. I love washi tapes that look like lace trims. They're just really nice and just delicate and pretty. So once that's down, I'm going to add a few more decorations and labels just so that she knows what's in what pocket, even though you won't really see the label on the larger pocket until you remove the items in the smaller pocket. But I'm keeping it pretty simple with a few washi tapes and washi tape dots. And this is how I store my washi tapes for the most part. If they've not got backing on them, they go on cards like this, and it just saves so much space. I actually do need to do it again with a bunch of new washi tapes, and I was actually thinking of doing maybe a Q&A video whilst I did that. If you guys would be interested in that, let me know. Also, if you have any questions for that, definitely leave them down below. But yeah, I've never done a Q&A video, and I thought it would be a nice chance for you to get to know me a little bit better, to ask any questions that you've been wanting to ask, whether it be about me or crafting or anything like that. So yeah, let me know if you would be interested in a Q&A video while I restock my washi tapes. Now I'm just looking through this sticker book that I've got in my traveller's notebook. It's 2 inserts that I created with sticker release paper, and I've just got all my like pet tapes. I've got like a full I don't know what it's called, but when you get a washi tape, you get a certain amount of designs and then it repeats itself. So I've got like the full set of designs from each washi tape, pet tape. And I've cut them out and stuck them in this book just for better storage and so that I can actually see them, as I find that I forget to use my pet tapes quite often because they're, one, out of sight, therefore out of mind, and two, annoying to cut out when you're in the middle of doing something and you're on a roll. You really don't want to be sitting there cutting out tiny little stickers. So I'm really loving this, these sticker books. I actually need to make another one as I'm running out of space. But I'm just kind of adding sparkles now that I've added my little teddy bears. And these teddy bear stickers from a washi tape roll are absolutely adorable with the little mushrooms, and they're just so cute. One one of the teddy bears is holding a guitar, and some of them have got like mushroom caps on, like little hats. They're just adorable. But yeah, so I'm just adding little sparkles here and there. And then I'm going to go back to the other page, the very first page, and add some sparkles to that page. So now that I'm done adding all my little sparkles, I'm actually adding a little teddy bear into the flower clusters there. And then now I'm just grabbing lots of different kinds of flowers. I want a good variety for the garden, essentially. Lots of different sizes and styles, some pet tapes, some acetate tapes, some washi tapes, some paper tape. I want pretty much a big selection of absolutely every kind of sticker and lots of different styles of flower and designs and colours and sizes. I just want a really nice variety for the garden. And then once I'm done picking them all out, I'm just kind of stuffing them in the pocket. And then I'm going to grab my little box of stickers, and these are actually my own stickers. These are the paper doll stickers. And then I've got the summer girl stickers, which are still to come out in the shop. And then I've got the little tyke stickers, which again are still to come out in the shop. That's the little boys. So I wanted to gift her a bunch of my own stickers, especially ones that weren't available just yet, for her to enjoy. For instance, the little boys stickers aren't available. But I really love how that comes out and how it looks. So now I'm just adding my letter, and then that's the bingo card, which I'm just kind of tucking inside the letter. And then I'm also going to put the larger letter pages that I've gifted her in that area as well. It's very loose. I didn't expect it to be that loose, but I do end up adding like a paper clip or something to that later on. And then I'm going in and just adding all my extras. I tried not to cover up the label, but it was just impossible. I also made these thank you postal worker stickers not that long ago, and I decided to give her some of those, pop on her letters as well, along with a bunch of teddy stickers, tons of teddy stickers. And then I also cut a bit of this scrap acetate that I had in my scrap bin at the back there, and I'm just rounding the corners, and then I'm going to use this to add my washi tapes. And I'm just trying to add all the washi tapes that I used whilst decorating her flip book and all that jazz. So I've got this really pretty brown grid washi tape, and then this gorgeous sunflower. I didn't actually use this, but it's very springtime style, and the same with this one here. I didn't use it either, but this is actually from my shop, and I absolutely adore how beautiful and springtime it is with the gold and everything going through it. It's just stunning. And then this beautiful rose washi tape, again very springtime. I did not use this whilst decorating either, but I just thought it was really pretty, so I popped that one on. And then I'm going to use the other grid tape that I used in the decorating, and that's this white creamy coloured washi tape, and it's got the brown sort of grid through it. And then I didn't have space for a larger one, so I just grabbed this little one, which is also from the shop, in a pack of 3, and I popped that on the end. And then I'm just cutting out a length of the teddy bear pet tape that I used, and so a bunch of the circle washi tape dot type things for extras as well. And then I'm just folding up that pet tape and slipping it into the bottom pocket along with the washi tape samples. And then I'm grabbing my box again and going through my other stickers that I can give her. I have a bunch of beautiful little girl stickers that I've bought from AliExpress, along with my own stickers, again, some of which are available in the shop, like the little girls here holding the bouquets. These are the Sweetheart of the Meadow stickers, and I absolutely love them. They're all little girls holding flowers. And then I've also got my sort of librarian and receptionist style vintage lady stickers. I haven't really thought of a name for this pack yet. I haven't finished making it yet, so I haven't made a name for it yet. And then I've got some more of my summer girls, and then I'm sticking some of these other little girl stickers in here, and I absolutely love how this flipbook turned out. It is absolutely stunning at the front. I'm just adding more paper goodies here as well. So I just kind of grabbed a bunch of different memo sheets and labels and things like that, which I'm popping in. But yeah, I absolutely love how this flipbook turned out, especially the front, looking out of the windows into the garden. And it turned out way better than I expected it to. And I hope Julie loves it as much as I do. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching the process, and I hope you recreate it. If you do, please put a picture up on Instagram and tag me at L.A.Treasures, as I would love to see your recreations of this. But moving on, we're going to decorate the envelope, and that's when I discovered that the flipbook was actually too large by literally like a millimetre. These are also some papers that I'm going to be gifting Julie. Julie always sends me such beautiful vintage papers, and it was about time I returned the favour. So I picked out a bunch of these different vintage papers, ledger papers, receipts, letters, just a bunch of different ones, and I popped them into another envelope. This is a big folder full of different envelopes, so I popped them in a separate envelope just to keep them safe, because they are quite delicate. Some of them are quite fragile and frail with them being so old. But yeah, I want to decorate the envelope first, of course. So this is actually an envelope from my birthday. My partner's nickname for me is Dimples, which is why it has Dimples written on it. But we're going to be covering that up, so don't worry. She won't see that. But I'm going to be putting one of these labels down. These are actually from my shop. I was resizing them for a customer recently, and this was one of the test prints. So I'm just using that to cover up my name. And then I've got this beautiful vintage antique sort of gothic style label as well, and then one of my lady stickers. So I'm just using my tape roller to stick the grid paper down and the label down, which was quite annoying due to all its little shapes, and then my lady sticker down on top. And then I'm just going to write down that this is for the vintage papers. And then of course I had to add a teddy bear, because that is the theme of the letter of the Happy Meal. So I popped these safely inside their envelope, and they're ready to go. Which, looking back on it now, I would never have fit everything into that little teddy bear envelope anyway, because these certainly would not have fit into it. So I don't know what I was thinking at the time. But yeah, so I'm just adding a little pet tape down at the corner there so that it stays shut. I was planning on using a wax seal, but I decided to change it and add some washi tape and a teddy bear instead. So this is a really pretty sort of frame style washi tape that I really like. I got from AliExpress as well. So I'm just using that to kind of add seals to the sides. And then I'm grabbing my little tin of teddy bears, and I'm going to add a cute little teddy bear here rather than a wax seal. I had intended to give Julie some wax seals with this, because I've got a fair few teddy bear styled wax seal heads, but I completely forgot. I even looked them out, but I completely forgot. But anyway, I write here letter and goodies, as I was only planning on putting in the flipbook. So I'm just adding a little teddy bear to the corner here, but that's when I discovered the flipbook doesn't actually fit inside this envelope. So I actually end up cutting out the backing of the envelope and sticking it on this larger envelope, but of course this is where my camera cut out and I didn't realise, so I decorated the main envelope off camera, which I'm very sorry for. But this is the finished Happy Meal. I am so happy with it, and I hope that Julie is too. I hope she loves it and enjoys playing with all her new goodies. Don't forget to say hi down in the comments below and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you aren't already. And I will see you all soon. Take care and God bless. Bye.